Good morning, students. Let us start today's online class. Today, once more, I'm going to start adjective clause because it is most important to be clear to everyone. If it is not going to confirm, you may get a lot of problems. So, I'm taking step by step explanation of this topic so very properly you try to understand. I'm taking this one here. Number point next is here. One more condition is there because yesterday we had studied if relative pronouns are there, and these relative pronouns just like whose, who, whom, which, what, we had used and made adjective clauses. Relative adverbs also we had taken where, when, why, whom, and what, how. These relative adverbs also used and make a meaningful sentences as an adjective clause here. Today I would like to confirm this one point also. An adjective clause may also be introduced by, properly you have to listen children, an adjective clause may also be introduced by as and but. Means both the words can be used here, and means as and but for changing into adjective clause when they are relative pronouns. Means when these as and but both are working like like a relative pronoun, these also introduced to make an adjective clause. Example you can take here. This is the same book. This is the same book as I use. This one is given here. This is the same book. I have not used here any one other words just like who, whose, whom, why, where, anyone I did not use here. Only there is what is as, because it is also working like a relative pronoun here, and it is completing adjective clause here. In sentence number 2, there was no one but. You see there is a but is coming here. There was no one but wept at the sad tale of his sufferings. Of his sufferings. Means what is here, but is also used. It is used here as a conjunction, but here it is working like a relative pronoun, and that is why it is used here as a relative pronoun to be introduced in adjective clause. I hope this is clear to you, students. Now I am going to take another point also. Point number 2. This is also very important for you. And an adjective clause. Here also you have to see what is given. You have to see this one. Sometimes the main clause is point number 2. There is sometimes the main clause sometimes the main clause is broken in two parts. Is broken in two parts. What is two parts? To bring the adjective clause. To bring the adjective clause. Adjective clause. So students, you have to see what is coming here. Means just after the subject of the main clause. Just after the subject of the main clause. So what are we taking here? You can see this one also. Example, I am taking the prisoner. Example is here. The prisoner. The prisoner, this is given. Who was absconding? Who was absconding? Who was absconding has now been caught. Has now been caught. This is given here. Has now been caught. In this sentence, what are we looking? The prisoner. This is given. Here what is? Who was absconding has now been caught. So this one sentence, for bringing this adjective clause, we have broken this sentence with the prisoner has now been caught. For bringing this one adjective clause, we have broken this sentence into two parts. So I hope this is clear to you. Number next, I am taking, I will discuss here. Next one also, point number 3.